Thank you very much. Humble am I over all of this. I never expected this type of thing could happen to someone like me. You know, it all started for me in 1969 when I attended the HoF 500, and I say attended because I only was at the starting line and the finish line. But I learned a lot there. You know, during the course of the day, we visited the radio room. And I would listen to places and hear things, you know, like they're through Camelot, they're past Three Hoods, they're over Drunken Sailor's Hill, Mrs. Espinosa's place. All the way around the course, you could hear them call off all the times, you know, where these great racers were racing through the Baja, and Canyon of Tears, Three Sisters. I mean, all of these places were places that all of a sudden I wanted to believe in. I wanted to be there. And just as a 12-year-old, I knew that there was something there. But when Bud Eakins finished that race at midnight in the Baja booth, I looked into those guys' eyes, and it was that 1,000-yard stare. They were so tired. They were so tired, and the dust was all over their faces. And I can clearly remember it today. You know that dust was something that there was something out there that I had to see. And in 1971, I got that chance. You know, my dad and I raced the Baja 500. We raced the Mint 400, got third place, and that was on a motorcycle in 125 class. We won the California 400 at Barstow, and I don't know if that was the first race at Barstow for our group, but it had to be pretty close. And we won that on a 125. But in 1971, a pivotal year for me. No doubt about it. There was two races that none of you have heard about. And that first race that I was in was for life. And I happened to be riding a motorcycle in the hills outside of Ensenada, and was up on top of a hill, and I saw two motorcycles hit head on. And I went down to the bottom of the hill, and one of the people was very badly injured. And I rode like the wind back to our camp, and my dad happened to know that those two motorcycle riders had left our camp area by the beach. And it turned out it was Dick Landfield. And we've been friends ever since. I double rode him back out into the hills, and he picked up his son and got him the rest of the race. He took over from there. So we've been racing partners from the beginning. So I don't know if many of you know that story, but not a race that we won a trophy in, but a race that was a race to me. And the second race that year that was pivotal, on a dirt bike ride down in Mexico, Walker Evans, Parnelli Jones at the time, great dirt bike riders. We stopped at Matias Pass for our last gas stop before we were going into San Felipe, and I heard the call go down that Parnelli said, the loser buys the beer when we get to San Felipe. So I followed in behind him, and I thought, I can keep up with these guys. But as we got to the end of Diablo Dry Lake Bed, they were right in front of me, and they locked handlebars and went down. So I rolled up there as they were getting up off the ground. I remember Parnelli looking at me, and I thought, no, I'm not stopping. So I kept going, and was the first one into San Felipe. And Parnelli, as gracious as he was, he walked up and he says, "Here, you want it, you drink it." He hands me a beer, and I'm 14 years old. So I'm legitimately the first person to win a beer can trophy in Baja. And all the racers that ever won those beer can trophies know what I'm talking about. So that year definitely was a pivotal year for me, and I count those two races as giving me confidence and giving me a lifelong friend that helped me through the racing needs that I had, and that is Dick Landfield. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Applause for this is a great place for me to get a closure on, on a career that's ended. And I would like also to say that, tell you all here tonight, I lay all these crowns, all these rings, all these honors, all these victories, I lay it to Christ. And I believe in Christ, and I believe He's the Son of God.